So now we know what tables are involved. So these are like human resources dot employee, and the other one is person dot person. Okay, so we have solved the first question. That is like, where is the information stored? The main information that we need, which is the sales amount, is in the salesperson, and the first name and the last name is involved on the person. So let's dive into the next one, and then we have already done the relationship in one shot. So I can take that out, and then in the meantime we have already solved that one, so that as a reminder I can put it here. But the relationship between the two is between salesperson and employee is their business entity ID is the same, and between employee and that of the person is their business entity ID is also the same. So in that case, we can say the salesperson that business entity ID is pretty much the same as that of the person that business entity ID. Now, so the second one is how would you, like, the next question is how would you go about it without the subquery knowledge? Now, the first thing is, how do we get the maximum or the highest year-to-date salary? So we can go, we know the information is on sales table, sales that, let's from sales that salesperson. And if I do run on this one, then I can see that the sales year to date. So one way, which is a little bit of not advised way to do it, would be just, how about like if I order it, order by, and then sales year to date, and then if I do it desk, and if I do this one, then it would give me that this is 4,251,368 dollars is going to be the top one, and probably I can need only one. Just let me have it step by step so that we can see the difference, and I can do the top one of sales year to date, right? So if I do this and then run that, then I'm going to get only one result. So this is using order by, but this one is like a little bit expensive, but this is one way. I don't think like this one is the most efficient way. So how about like using the aggregate function that we have, which is select max, and that which is going to be the highest is going to be sales year to date from salesperson. And then if I do this, then I'm going to get like only one value, which is the same value that we have seen earlier, which is 4,251,368, and with some cents on that one. And then this can give me the max ID of the max value of that one. But the main thing that we're interested on this one is not the maximum value only, but also the business entity ID of that salesperson, so that we can hook it up with that of the salesperson, the person table. Now, in order to do that, there are a couple of ways that we can do. The first one is I can copy this. Mind you, this one is without the usage of the subquery. So I can copy this one, and then what I can do is I can do select from salesperson, where sales year to date equals this one. Okay, so if I do this and run that, then I can get the business entity ID of 276. At the end of the day, now this is all I'm interested. Then I can go to the select strings from person, that person, where business entity ID equals 276. Then in this case, I get the first name of Linda and the last name of the Mitchell, or for that matter, I can select first name, last name. And if I do that, then I can get the Linda and Mitchell. Now, this is one way to do it, but just this is not the most efficient way. There are a couple of copy paste going on, and this is going to be, by the time we are copying this one and then pasting it somewhere, probably we run this thing, we get out for a lunch and then come back and then try to run it with this. with the value that we get, which is 276. Probably by the time that we are getting back in the resume working on this one, this might not be the highest person that we are having. Maybe there is another person from the sales that is ranking up this one, and then who used to be who needs to get the prize. So this is not the right or the most efficient way of doing this task. Okay, but we can actually do it, and this is one way we can do it. But just this is involving without that of the subquery. Now we know what the problem is. This is one problem that we see is we have to do a manual stuff here and there. We have to do a copy pasting on this one, and then there is a possibility that when we are copy pasting, we can miss some values here and there, or it's not also. And the other one is it is not up to date. It's a problem when we try to run it like after a couple of hours later. In that case, this person might not be the highest seller, rather it could be another person.